like that. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. Welcome everyone, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about the top 3 stocks that have performed exceptionally well for me in 2020. I'm also going to take you to my top 3 favorite parks here in Naples so you guys can have something nice to look at. For our first location, we're here at Freedom Park in Naples. And this place, beautiful. You don't have to pay to get in. They have a bunch of winding trails that you can go hiking on or whatever you're into. You can come running here, come fishing here. Man, they've got some fish that are like this big. I was just taking a look and it's incredible. You just can't take the fish with you, but that's okay because fish doesn't really taste that good anyway. So this park right here, amazing. I recommend it if you just want to go for a stroll, casual stroll. You want to do some sightseeing, check out the crocodiles, the snakes, whatever you're into. This place is pretty cool for you to check out if you're ever in town or if you're thinking of moving down here to Naples. So let's go ahead and get started with the first company. Now this company is one that I saw as a no-brainer. Number 1, because I love cars. Number 2, because I love technology. And number 3, well, I don't have a number 3, but what I'm going to tell you is this company is NIO. I know it's been all the rage and all the hype, but I invested in this company back in September when the price was about $19. It has climbed incredibly high since then. It's been as high as $57 a share, currently right now floating around 45 bucks. This has been one of the biggest winners for me this year, and I'm not even going to count Tesla, because Tesla, I'm not even going to talk about that one today, guys, because that one we all know it's a no-brainer. That one is up like 700-800% this year. But NIO is a little bit different than Tesla. Well, they're both obviously manufacturing automobiles right now that are electric, but one of the biggest differentiators with NIO is that NIO doesn't have a charging station facility built out like Tesla does, where you can drive throughout the country, plug in, wait about an hour and get a full charge. If you're from zero and you need a full charge, take you about 45 minutes to an hour. With them, what they've decided to do is go with the battery swapping. So you pull up to a station, they swap out your battery within a few minutes, and you hit the road. Now, that's something that they've kind of coined on their own, so that way you could just rent the batteries instead of having to buy the batteries, which makes the cars about $10,000 cheaper. Now that's a huge advantage for anyone that's buying in China, because these are considered to be luxury automobiles. They're over $50,000. Meanwhile, Tesla has already broken into the $30,000 to $35,000 car range, but they still have not done that. So decreasing the upfront cost of anything on the car is going to help them tremendously. So right now it's sitting at around $45. So is there still room for this stock to run up? Is there any room for you guys to possibly look at it for yourselves if you haven't invested in it yet? Well, I believe so. I'm looking at some of the research and it looks like next year they can do about $7.3 billion in sales. That would value the company somewhere around $150 billion. And if that's the case, and there's a profit to be seen pretty soon, because still to this day, NIO has not turned a profit at all. But that's understandable because it took Tesla a very long time to start turning profits. So if they do hit these numbers that I just spoke about, the stock could climb up to about $100. I recently saw a video that laid out a plan for NIO to go to $300 to $400. So I'm still going to continue investing in NIO. It is very expensive for the kind of numbers they have right now. That's a given. Actually, Tesla is cheaper to buy than NIO is at its current pricing, but there is a big future for a company like NIO. But not too long ago, towards the beginning of this year, NIO was almost going to be bankrupt. But the reason why it didn't go bankrupt is because it's a Chinese company, and China is very pro-electric vehicle. They really want to make NIO the poster child for electrical cars in the country. And when you have the backing of a huge government like China, then I think it's pretty safe to say that you're going to make it. Not only that, but China has one, if not the biggest populations in the entire world. I believe I think it's first and then followed by India. You can fact check me on that, but I'm probably off by a couple 100 million people, if not a billion people, but who's counting, right? Well, the reason I'm telling you this is because China has basically it's a communist country. So they basically have the government has a complete say in what companies do business there and what companies don't do business there. So according to them, they want to make sure that the companies that are doing business there are from the country. And if they start to take a big slice of that pie in the country, which they will, it's almost impossible right now to register any kind of vehicle in China that's not an electric vehicle. So once they start pushing this even further, that company's gonna explode tremendously. And keep in mind, right now they're only selling their vehicles in China. So once they start going into Europe, they start going into the US, they could really take off. And I could see that stock price being worth a lot more money than it currently is right now. So for our second location, I brought you guys here to Baker Park. I love coming here. I usually go for runs here. What's nice about it is they have this long track of like 5 miles, and it's gorgeous here. They have boats that cross by all the time. They have a ton of people here, especially this time of year. The parking lot looks like it's a concert outside sometimes. You got to get here real early or wait in line to get a parking spot. So definitely recommend you guys checking this place out if you're ever in town. So that's going to bring me to my second company that I want to talk to you guys about, which is Upwork. I've been using Upwork for over 5 years. And the reason I started using Upwork was because I had to hire a VA, a virtual assistant. And I found one on Upwork that I really liked. And obviously I was taking a huge chance by hiring her. When I say her name is Jennifer. She's awesome. I've always said she's one of my best employees, if not the best employee. No, I don't want anyone getting jealous. She's awesome. Bruh. All right, that's enough about Jennifer. The reason why I hired her was because I needed more help with some of my clerical work, computer work, and that could possibly be done from anywhere. So I started hearing about people hiring virtual assistants in different parts of the country and that they were having really good outcomes with them. So I decided to give Jennifer a shot. She sounded like a very nice young lady, and she spoke her language, Filipino. She's from the Philippines. She also spoke English, and she also told me she was a little fluent in Spanish, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Luckily, I never had to put her to the test with the Spanish stuff, but she's knocked it out of the park. So you can say I'm a raving fan of Upwork. When I first started using Upwork, they had just made the transition from freelancer.com or freelancing.com to Upwork, and ever since then, it's been a pretty solid company. But this year, their company has been up 200%. And the reason I believe, well, it's probably the reason why it's up, is because of the pandemic. Because so many people are now thinking about working from home or leaving their old jobs and trying to find work they could do from their house because they had to take care of their kids, or maybe they were just worried about leaving their home to not get sick. Well, they went online and they went to websites like Upwork and Fiverr, and they started seeing what kind of gigs they can do. Now, this company hasn't made a profit either. You're gonna see a common thread on the 3 companies that I'm gonna mention today. None of them have profits, but this one is going to be the closest one to making a profit, and they might even turn a profit this 4th quarter. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that, because that could bring the stock up even higher. So if you're watching this before the quarter is revealed, you may want to take a look at this one for yourself. And if they do turn a profit, well, it's a whole new ball game, and I do think that this stock is going to take off, because right now the stock is only valued at about $4 billion. The company's only valued $4 billion. And for a global company that's able to provide work and also provide solutions across the entire world, I think a $4 billion market cap is actually pretty small. So does this stock still have room to grow? Well, let me tell you, I bought this stock for $15 back in September, and now it's up to about $37 a share. That means that I'm up about 150% in only a few months. Now guys, that's unheard of. These kinds of returns aren't normal for the stock market, but I just got really lucky with this one because, like I've always told you, pick companies that you already use, that you're very happy with, that you feel there's a lot of value there. And for me, Upwork was a no-brainer because I've been using it for a long time and I would continue to use it in the future. And because of that thought process, it worked out for me. Now, I do have stocks that I've lost money on too, and I'll get into those in a separate video, but this one, I do think it still has a possibility to continue to go higher. The gig industry is actually expected to grow by 3 times its actual size currently right now. So that means that Upwork still has a lot of room to go. And now let's move on to our 3rd stock. I don't know if that was a golf swing or a baseball bat, but let's try it again. I think that was a baseball. No, this is a golf swing, or I think it's something like that. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. Can't even play golf or baseball. I don't know why I'm even trying. So we're here, finally, our 3rd destination of the day. This place is called Celebration Park, and I saw it on the map and I thought it was actually a park. But it's a place that you can actually go and have your pick of any food you want. They have a variety of food trucks here, and they have a really awesome bar that's right next to the water. So you can just pull your boat up and grab a couple drinks. So this is the second time I came to record. I was here last night, but I wanted to come back because I wanted to give you guys some real quality footage and something that you didn't have to strain your ears to listen to. Now, before I get into my third stock, and guys, this is the one that's made me the most money this year so far, I just want to let you know that I am starting a small group with about 50 people because I've been getting so many requests from people asking me to help them set up their stocks or help them with investing or with real estate, and I just don't have enough time to help people one-on-one. So I am establishing a small group of about 50 people, which is already kind of getting filled up. So if you guys are interested in learning more about that opportunity, I'll leave a link down below in the description for you guys to check out. Now, are you guys ready for this one? This one has brought me back over 160% this year. And the stock that I'm talking about is Lemonade. Now, Lemonade is not a company that makes drinks or anything like that. This company is an insurance company. And God knows that the insurance industry needs to be disrupted and completely changed. I know that people hate dealing with their insurance companies, and whenever somebody asks me if I want to insure something when I check out at the department store, I'm like, of course, absolutely not, because they're never going to want to pay anyway, because insurance companies are incentivized to not pay out claims. But Lemonade is different, because Lemonade, what they do is they take a flat fee for insuring you, and then they use reinsurance. So the way it works is like this. They have an app, and within that app, you can go in there and you can apply for insurance, you could file a claim, and then they'll process everything immediately within minutes. And once you have that, then you're good to go. You're off to the races. You guys can go, don't worry. The magic of editing. But what makes Lemonade extra special is that they have this algorithm, or they have an AI that will actually take so many hundreds and thousands of data points about you, about the information you put in, your history, even the way you fill out your application. And with all this information, they're able to risk assess you better than pretty much anyone out there, or at least that's what they claim to do. So currently right now, Lemonade only offers renter's insurance, their homeowner's insurance, and now pet insurance. But the crazy thing is they're not available everywhere. They're only in a limited amount of states right now. And I tried to use them when I moved down here to Florida, but they're not insuring anyone in Florida yet, probably because the drivers down here or the homeowners down here are a little bit crazy. So we're just gonna have to wait for that one. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that's a huge opportunity that Lemonade still has for growth. So since they have a limited area in which they cover right now, once they open up to the entire country, or maybe into different countries later on, that's gonna allow Lemonade to go completely bonkers. So I'm up on this one a lot, guys. And is there still room to grow on this stock? I do believe there is, not immediately. I foresee probably a pullback before I see any major growth. And the reason why is because it's run up a lot this year. Most analysts have this as a hold, and I couldn't agree more. If you're looking to buy into this stock, I suggest that you wait till it goes back under $100, or maybe even closer to $75. I was lucky enough to buy into it when it was $47. I don't think we'll see those price points again, but hey, you never know. So now just to sum it up, Lemonade, I think is an awesome buy. If you're looking to get into the stock for the long run, then you can go ahead and jump in and buy some Lemonade stock right now. But if you guys want to do your own research, which I suggest you do always, never take my suggestions for anything you see on these videos, because it's just the stuff that I do. I'm just sharing with you guys my experiences, such as when my dad fed my dog Alka-Seltzer. I wish I had Lemonade insurance for my pet. Maybe he'd still be around today. Well, I don't know if he'd still be around. He'd be over 30-some years old. So we have Neo. Definitely a buy. Neo is having a huge catalyst in just a few days. They're going to have Neo Day. And Neo Day is kind of like their stockholders event that they have every year. They're going to be announcing a lot of exciting stuff. So I definitely would keep an eye on the stock if you're thinking about investing before then. They're also going to be releasing some more information on their autonomous driving, which is really crazy because they're way ahead of most people, most companies. They're almost at level 4 autonomy. So that means that the cars will probably start driving themselves pretty soon all over China. The other thing too is they're going to be releasing a new sedan. So definitely keep an eye on Neo. If you haven't invested yet or you're thinking about investing, look into that one sooner than later. Then with Upwork, you know, I'm a raving fan. I do think that Upwork is a buy still. As a matter of fact, I just bought some more Upwork stock this morning. And lastly, like I just explained to you guys, Lemonade, definitely something to keep your eye on. Very innovative insurance company. And the best part of Lemonade that I didn't mention earlier is that all the extra proceeds that they make throughout the year, they donate at the end of the year to your favorite charity. So that's a very, very good thing to do. A lot of more companies are into the social kind of stuff right now. So if you guys are into that as well, which I know a lot of millennials and Gen Z people are, and that's their target demographic anyway, so I think that you're gonna be doing just fine. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you appreciated this video and all the information that I provided today, just give this video a huge thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think would find it helpful. And if you want to learn more about us and what we do, check out one of the videos on the screen right now. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Yeah, this definitely is not a park.